Yo, what is up guys? It's Pedro here, and in today's video I will be bringing you guys a Curtis Samuel contract breakdown. We'll be talking about how much of a cap hit there is this year, how much is guaranteed, and what are the cap hits for the next couple years. We'll also talk about our remaining cap space and some of the remaining needs for the Washington football team that they think they need to address. So if you guys are new, make sure to subscribe for Washington and NFL content. So let's get right into the video. Okay, so first let's start off with the Curtis Samuel contract breakdown, and then we'll look at a list made by John Keim of positions the Washington football team still wants to upgrade and a few positions that they're still looking for starters at. So we'll start off with the Curtis Samuel contract breakdown. A lot of people were asking for it, so bring it to you guys right now. So of course, it's a 3-year, $34.5 million deal, $23 million guaranteed, a $12 million signing bonus, and something that is very interesting, there are 2 void years tacked on. So pretty much he's technically under contract until 2025. In the void years, dead money is 4.8 and 2.4 million dollars. And if you look at the cap hit this year in 2021, it's actually a really team-friendly deal for this year, at least 3.7 or $3.8 million cap hit, which is really good. We're currently sitting at pretty much $18 million. You know, we were at about like 19 the other day, but we officially re-signed David Sharp and Lamar Miller, so we're at about $17.8 million. We have enough money to make a few moves, but they probably, obviously have to save some money for the rookie class, and also, some of the money carries over to next year, which is good. So it's a $3.75 million cap hit this year, like I said. Next year, I believe it's around 12, so it's a little bit more. You look at it right here, it's about 12.9, and in 2023, it's even more, and it's at 13 mil, but still not bad considering the cap is going to continue to go up in the next couple of years. So 13 mil for him is actually a really good deal, and we're getting him for $4 million this year, less than that, which is really good. And there are 2 void years, so basically void years, it's pretty much zero guaranteed dollars, but you can still keep him under contract. And Curtis Samuel is under contract with us until technically 2025 with the 2 extra void years, but likely those aren't going to factor in, and after the first 3 years are up, they'll probably restructure the deal, but the cap number would be around $4.8 million that year. So that's pretty much the contract breakdown. 3 years, $34.5 million. That's a really good deal in my opinion for Curtis Samuel. About 11 mil per year. A very low cap hit this year. About $4 million next year. It's going to be around 12.9, and the year after that is going to be $13 million. But still, I like the deal, and I especially like it because we only paid about $11.5 million per year for a really good receiver with some upside who is still getting better. And the Giants, Kenny Golladay is amazing, and he's definitely better than Curtis Samuel is at the moment. But they had to pay $18 million per year for Kenny Golladay, and I like our deal better personally, especially because Curtis Samuel brings a lot more. He can do a lot more things. He can run the ball out of the backfield. He can play in the slot. He can play on the outside. He is still very young, I believe 24 years old, and he could, really ascend into a really good receiver this year in our offense. We're just going to have to wait and see, to see how we use him this year. But like I said, like the deal, 3 years, $34.5 million. You guys can look at the rest of the details here and the cap hits for each year. Very good deal in my opinion, along with the William Jackson deal, because both of them are small cap hits this year, which allows us to, still make some moves, bring in our rookie class, and also carry some cap space over to next year. So that's it with the Curtis Samuel contract breakdown. Now look at something that John Keim wrote about, and he said, looking ahead, among the areas Washington still wants to address, whether now, during the draft or after, and these are the positions: free safety, left tackle, tight end, linebacker, running back, and a dual returner. At running back, it's for depth, but they need starters at the first 3 spots. They will also strongly consider drafting a quarterback. And then also he's talked about, they're still monitoring the situation with N'Keal Harry in New England. So interesting information there by John Kahn. Make sure you guys check him out. But, there's still... those are the 3 positions: free safety, left tackle, and tight end. He said that they still want to find starters at. Maybe he, meant linebacker instead of tight end, or it could still be tight end. But I definitely think they want another starter at linebacker as well. Probably going to get a free safety this year early in the draft, maybe in that 3rd round. If Richie Grant out of UCF is still there in the 2nd round, I definitely could see them going after him. Left tackle, I made a mock draft yesterday, had them picking Christian Darrisaw. I do think they're going to take a tackle early, and I also think, tight end, getting a good tight end for some depth this year and potential upside for the next couple years is also a good idea. And dual returner, we definitely need another returner, whether it be a punt returner or kick returner, and you can easily get that in the draft with a 6th, 7th rounder, a really athletic cornerback, running back, wide receiver out of college that could easily, become a really good returner. We just need, speed at that position. Isaiah Wright, we thought he could do it this past year, but he struggled as a punt returner. We need to find a guy that can do that this year in the draft. And he also said running back, and I do agree, running backs, there's a lot of late round gems, so I would not mind if we drafted a running back in the 6th round. And there's been a lot of running backs that have been Pro Bowlers in their 1st, 2nd, or 3rd year, and they've been either undrafted or like 5th or later rounds. So there's very little risk in drafting maybe a running back in the 7th because we have 2 7th round picks. I would definitely not mind it. It gives you some depth, and who knows if they end up being a really, really good running back, because like I said, these late round guys often become steals. You look at James Robinson from the Jaguars last year, ended up being one of the best rookie running backs last year, and he was undrafted. Philip Lindsay a couple years ago, also undrafted, or might have been a 7th round pick. He made the Pro Bowl in his 1st year, so that just shows you that you can find, really good running backs in the later rounds. And it's not even a big need, but it would be nice if Bryce Love isn't going to be back, or if he's not fully back to what he was when he was with Stanford, then you might consider drafting a running back later in the draft to give another spark, especially if Antonio Gibson gets hurt. You want another guy besides J.D. McKissic who can, take that workload on. So let me know what you guys think about the Curtis Samuel contract, the void years. What do you guys think about that? And also, what do you guys think about these, needs that John Kahn presented that the Washington football team still wants to address? I do, I'm fine if they go into this season with this offensive line group and with this secondary, but I also do think it's a good idea to potentially upgrade the left tackle position if you can early on in the draft. And if someone like Richie Grant is there in the 2nd round, I would not hesitate and I would take him, because him pairing with, Cameron Curl and maybe even, Landon Collins this year. I think Landon Collins likely is going to be gone after this year, but it still would be a nice safety trio. So thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please smash that like button, subscribe if you guys are new, and turn on those notifications so you never miss a video, and peace.